fighting and shelling in Gaza has urged Israel to order its residents to move out of city centers and for military officers to urge soldiers to intensify their fighting in Hamas. However, this could show that there is a sign of disintegration in the groups. Also, the UN and Qatar are working towards putting pressure on both sides in order to keep a lasting peace treaty. Severe storms and tornadoes hit Tennessee with at least 6 deaths and several more injuries. The state has had a state of emergency as well as power cuts and extensive damages. It seems like climate change is a real problem affecting and impacting so many places in the world now. Shohei Ohtani, baseball superstar, signed and agreed to a record-breaking $700 million 10-year deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers, transitioning from the Angels. He's a Japanese star and has won the AL MVP twice, the most valuable player in baseball. He's very grateful for this opportunity, and because he's recovering from an elbow injury, he will be resuming pitching in 2025. Russia launches almost 100 air attacks in Ukraine in just 24 hours, hitting multiple regions, and Ukraine could be in grave danger if they do not receive more military assistance from the West. The White House announced that the funding for Ukraine will run out by the end of the year, and despite Joe Biden's pleas, the Republicans are not set on funding any more to Ukraine, saying that already enough has been given. The University of Pennsylvania President Liz McGill resigned after facing backlash for her congressional testimony on anti-Semitism, also for struggling to answer and respond to questions that were based on calls for genocide against Jews. She resigned after facing threats from the donors of the university, and when she resigned, the board chairman also did too. The Wright Brothers' Day is celebrated on December 17th every year to commemorate the achievements of Orville and Wilbur Wright, who made the first powered flight on December 17, 1903. Did you know that the first powered flight only lasted 12 seconds? Hi everybody, this week we're interviewing Mr. Eddie Jolicoeur, who is a human resources specialist and consultant self-employed in Mauritius. I hope you enjoy.
I'm a Mauritian, born and bred. I studied in the UK. In fact, I was trained as an economist back in the 80s. And after having worked a while in the UK, I decided to come back to Mauritius and started to work in whatever field. I wasn't quite sure because at that time, there was no real opportunities for economists to getting involved in any sort of professional activity. So I met with some people who reoriented me to human resources. I started in a consultancy company. Okay. And then went into a corporate structure. So I worked for the sugar industry for about 12 years. And then I joined Rogers, which is a multi-business company, Rogers Group. I worked there for 8 years before joining the Mauritius Commercial Bank, where I worked for 11 years and then retired and I did two short stints, one for the Mauritius Institute of Directors. That was a bit of a turnaround project. Okay. And another one for Air Mauritius, which was a rescue plan just before the pandemic. Wow. So now I worked, I'm on my own. I am a freelance consultant, mostly in the strategic human resources field.